My apartment has a peephole, but the fisheye lens is old and scratched, distorting whatever is on the other side. Usually, it just looks like a blurry version of the hallway. Last night, around 3:30 a.m., I woke up to a heavy, rhythmic knocking at my front door. Thud, thud, thud. I groaned, thinking it was my drunk neighbor from down the hall. I got out of bed, patted across the cold hardwood floor, and pressed my eye against the peephole. Because of the distorted lens, I couldn't make out a face. All I could see was a tall, dark silhouette, standing perfectly still in the dim hallway light. "Who is it?" I called out. No answer, just the sound of heavy, ragged breathing on the other side of the wood. "Look, man, it's 3 in the morning. Go home," I said, my voice shaking a little. The silhouette didn't move, but then, it leaned forward, bringing its face right up to the peephole. Through the scratched glass, I saw a mouth. It was stretched open into a smile so wide, it didn't look human. It had too many teeth, and they were stained a sickening, dark yellow. The person began to tap on the door again, not with their knuckles, but by scraping a long, sharp fingernail down the wood. Squirt, squirt. Panicked, I backed away from the door. I grabbed my phone from the kitchen counter and dialed the police. "Calling emergency services," the automated voice said. As it rang, I looked back at the door. The scratching had stopped. I crept back over and looked through the peephole again. The hallway was empty. The figure was gone. I let out a massive sigh of relief and spoke to the dispatcher who had just answered the call. "Hi, I need an officer sent to apartment 4B. There was someone trying to break in, but I think they just left." "Can you describe the intruder?" the dispatcher asked. I couldn't see their eyes, just a really terrifying, wide smile right against the peephole. There was a long, suffocating pause on the line. "Sir," the dispatcher's voice dropped to a whisper. "Look at your door very carefully. Is the peephole lens bulging outward or inward?" I froze. I leaned in close to the door, looking at the brass fixture. The glass wasn't bowing outward toward the hallway. It was bowing inward, toward my living room. The lens hadn't been installed from the outside. Someone had taken it apart from the inside of my apartment. "Sir, are you there?" the dispatcher asked. "If the lens is reversed, they weren't looking in at you." I looked down at the floor. Right there, in the dust by the welcome mat, were 2 wet footprints, pointing toward the dark hallway of my apartment. "They were already inside," the dispatcher whispered. "They were looking out."